A couple of weeks ago, as you may know if you've seen a few recent videos of mine, I was traveling, visiting my son in Arizona. And as we were driving back through Missouri, we stopped at a place called Uranus Fudge Factory. And I bought this jar of Uranus Farms apple salsa, not knowing what I was going to do with it, not knowing what it tasted like. And I spent a very pleasant couple of hours on the drive back thinking up a sandwich to make with this salsa. I haven't opened this yet. I haven't tasted it yet. I have no idea if this is going to work out or not, but it's going to be fun finding out. And it was also a bit of work finding out, as evidenced by my disheveled look and wet t-shirt in that introductory segment. Sorry about that. Now here's what I came up with. I started by curing a pork loin in a chipotle and citrus brine for just shy of 2 weeks. Don't worry though, I wasn't wearing that same t-shirt the whole time. Toward the end of the curing period, I made a garlic confit, slow cooking a few cups of garlic cloves in extra virgin olive oil until the garlic was tender, and then preserving both the garlic and the oil in canning jars. I used that garlic confit to make a black bean puree, flavored also with onion, cumin, and lime juice. Refried black beans, I guess you'd say, but with a depth of flavor from the garlic confit that I found appealing. Savory and fruity and just a bit sweet. And I made a Salvadoran curtido. This is a semi-fermented cabbage slaw, shaved green cabbage, red onion, and carrots, and serrano chilies, salted and then allowed to ferment for 24 hours or so. Then topped off with apple cider vinegar and stored in the fridge until needed. When I was ready to make these sandwiches, I rinsed the brine off that pork loin, patted it dry, and then slathered it with a mixture of adobo sauce from a can of chipotles and Dijon mustard. Then I shook on the rest of the simple Santa Maria-style rub I had made recently for tri-tip: garlic powder, salt, black pepper, onion powder, paprika, and chipotle powder. I smoked the loin over mesquite at 225 for about 2.5 hours, and it just turned out really, really nice. Spicy and smoky, citrusy and salty, lean, tender, sliced thin. It was delicious. My bread was a homemade barote salado, sort of a sourdough bolillo, crusty and full of flavor. I spread on a bit of that black bean puree, warm and richly garlicky, and laid a layer of that spicy, smoky, thin-sliced pork loin atop the beans, folded over to avoid unnecessary density. The curtido, spicier than I'd anticipated, studded as it was with those thin-sliced serrano chilies, went on the meat, and I spooned the apple salsa over that cabbage. I finished the sandwich with a garnish of cilantro. Those super tasters out there who don't like the stuff can feel free to leave it out of their sandwiches. But this one was mine, and I'd been waiting weeks to try it at this point. And you know what? I nailed it. My shirt may be a mess, but my sandwich game is on point. The only problem I can see with this sandwich is that the apple salsa, the one ingredient that inspired the sandwich to begin with, gets a bit lost with all the other big flavors at play. The chipotle kick of the pork, the acidity and serrano spice of the cabbage curtido, that deep base laid by the garlicky bean paste. If I look for it, can I detect a hint of apple? Yes, it's there, if I look for it. I did try the salsa on chips, though, and it's pretty darn good.